Did you know that MCPS students can earn while they learn? Find out how next on To The Point. I'm Aisha Mbwoe, and this is To The Point, a show designed to drill down to do just that, to get to the point about various MCPS programs, initiatives, and opportunities, and how they ultimately benefit our students. Today's topic is about work-based learning, and to help us get to the point, we have two experts on that matter. We have Shawn Krasa here to my right, and then joined by Gwen, who also works with Shawn. Our first question, just tell us a little bit about yourself, about what you all do here at MCPS with work-based learning.
I'm Shawn Krasa. I supervise work-based learning, and in MCPS, students can complete an internship or apprenticeship experience with an employer that allows them to get advanced level credit that counts toward graduation.
And you work with Gwen in your office. What do you do in the office?
So I'm Gwen Filipiak. I'm the instructional specialist for work-based learning, and I support the programs. I work with schools to make sure that students know what opportunities are available to them. I also work with internship coordinators and students to make sure that they're having the best experience they can.
Amazing. And just to kick it off for our viewers, when we say work-based learning, what are we talking about? What is it, and what does it look like here at MCPS?
Work-based learning is any experience with an employer that leads toward high school credit that counts toward graduation, or also completion of a CTE program of study. In MCPS, we have three types of work-based learning programs. We have internship, we have apprenticeship, and we have site-based work experience.
Now, when it comes to internships and apprenticeship, they can look similar, but for those who are not familiar, what is the difference between those two programs?
So the difference between apprenticeships and internships is apprenticeships are experiences with an employer who's been approved by the Maryland Department of Labor as a provider for apprenticeships. The students work 450 hours at minimum wage, and they receive instruction specific to the work they're doing. An internship can be any work experience, paid or unpaid, that help build the students' professional skills or work experiences and also afford them advanced level high school credit.
And speaking of those work experiences, what are some opportunities or programs that are being offered at MCPS right now?
We're in year 3 of offering the Apprenticeship Maryland program for students. It is a CTE program of study in itself, so it counts toward a program completer. We have had students begin their electrical journeyman training. We have students currently working toward a dental assistant certification, as well as print graphics, and it's really exciting to be able to see students begin a career early in high school, and it leads to great opportunities after they graduate.
It's amazing, and we want to hear about that excitement. Let's roll the tape on what some MCPS students are saying about their experiences.
This apprenticeship has given me a lot of hands-on experience that will help me in the future with this career.
This apprenticeship is setting me up for my future because I get to work specifically within the major that I'd like to use. I wish other students would do this with me because it's such an awesome experience.
Through this apprenticeship, I have learned so much. I have learned how to work the camera, how to edit, how to work with other people, what it's like to be a producer in TV, and so much more. I'm working with experienced professionals who actually have this job and have years of experience.
Work-based learning is an opportunity for students to kind of dip their toes, to get a little experience in a career field. We have internships and we have apprenticeships. Both of those, paid or unpaid, allow students to grow, earn, learn, network in ways in which they couldn't in a classroom. We have students participating in engineering, medical field, dentistry, at the hospitals, at local veterinarians, IT, the local government, and other governmental agencies. There are so many opportunities for students to explore. Every intern knows nothing about what they were supposed to be doing when they start an internship. By the end of it, they know a lot.
They know a lot. That's great to hear. And that leads into our next question of what types of benefits are you all seeing with our students that are coming out of these programs?
The exciting part is to see students get real-world opportunities with employers. Students spend so much time in a classroom learning math, science, English, and when they do an internship or apprenticeship, it is their opportunity to demonstrate their skill. And that's where we want employers in Montgomery County to see our students as future talent. And so the reward, the benefit is those students not only beginning a career path, but advancing into possibly a future employment opportunity.
Amazing. And I know you coordinate with the schools. So if a student is in an internship program or an apprenticeship program, on a day-to-day basis, what does that look like for the student? How do we fit it into their schedules?
Well, the really great thing about both apprenticeships and internships is that they're extremely flexible. Students can work in the morning, in the afternoon, after school, on weekends, during the summer. All of those, time periods allow students to earn credits. And so we will put their work experience into their schedule based on when the employer needs them to be available. And then we work to fit the related instruction and their required coursework for graduation into the periods that they'll be in the school building.
And just to clarify for any parents or students watching, when we have these opportunities, it's at the high school level. Which students are eligible to be able to enroll in an internship course or an apprenticeship program?
So age 16, students in grades 11, 12 are able to access a work-based learning experience. And employers identify what the starting age is. So I think the other important part for students to recognize is that it is competitive, and part of the work the internship coordinator helps them with is preparing their resume, practicing for that interview. These are all life skills that adults have been doing for years, but for a student, this could be their first job opportunity. And so the internship coordinator prepares them for the interview. Once hired by the employer, the internship coordinator has seminars that the students can attend to increase their employability skills and on-the-job training to just help prepare them for the world of work after high school.
It's amazing. And for our students, where can they go? You mentioned the coordinator. Is this available at all of the high schools? Is it certain high schools? What does that look like?
All 25 high schools. So depending on where you're located in the county, we have internship coordinators at all 25 high schools, and centrally we are partnering, that's an MCPS partnership with the employers to create opportunities, and we channel those opportunities to all of our 25 high schools. So students may have an opportunity that's close by their school or directly at their school, or somewhere in Montgomery County that they can access.
Right. And before we wrap up, just any final thoughts, especially for those employers in seeing the value of having those students work for their companies, any words to them in how they can be a part of work-based learning?
I mean, I think it's a tremendous opportunity because not only do employers get access to talented youth, we have students in computer programming, engineering, hospitality, medical programs. So there's a wide variety of skills we're training students for, and employers can benefit for that by getting students involved in their organization while the student's young and learning and also ready to move on to whatever's next for them, whether it's college or vocational training or growth through that organization.
And employers also, too, have an interest in retaining their employees. And a great way for an experienced employer to work with their intern or apprentice is to have a mentor share all their skills, their learning. And when a student is in that type of environment, their skills are developing, their advancement into that company can evolve over time. And just simply being in that environment with professionals can develop their skills. And so when we talk about apprenticeship, it doesn't have to just be apprenticeship or college. The two can actually happen simultaneously. We have students that begin working for an employer and they start taking college courses. They can continue after graduation working for that employer while they're taking their college studies or earning additional industry certification. And from a leadership standpoint, any employee that is working with a student as a mentor, they're paying forward. It's kind of like in leadership, we call it paying forward and developing the future talent for that particular company. So it creates long-term employability, and it benefits the employers because they're supporting workforce development and staying current with what's happening. And then our students are getting on a career path that leads to future career advancement.
All right, sounds good. It sounds like it's beneficial all around, from the student to the company themselves, and just an all-around good experience for those who are able to do it. Shawn and Gwen, we thank you so much for joining us for this episode here. And we want to thank you all for joining us and watching. For more MCPS content, be sure to subscribe to the MCPS TV YouTube channel. Additional programming is also televised on the MCPS TV cable channels, so make sure you check that out. That's all for this episode. We'll see you next time for To The Point.